Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone Talks. So, as you can tell by the stream headline, Doctor Who's official Twitter account, its Facebook, and its YouTube channel are down at the moment. What you call it, and it's got a lot of fans speculating. There's a hashtag actually trending right now because I'm keeping an eye on Twitter, as you can imagine. Hashtag where is Doctor Who? All the social media accounts. There's a simple explanation, folks. Right, it's either someone has really messed up behind the scenes, and all the sites are down. But if that was the case, so would Big Finish as well, which is odd because Big Finish is still up. I think it's promotion. I think there's a trailer. There's a trailer on its way, I reckon. I reckon there's a little stuff happening behind the scenes. Maybe they're doing something to the social media platforms as part of this promotion. But I wouldn't say it's anything too crazy. So I wouldn't be getting worried. But it has got a lot of fans speculating. The thing about it is, PD says there, interesting question. Are we going to get a massive logo change? You see, this is the thing though. If that was to happen, that would be a big slap in the face to Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker yet again. Right? I mean, if you already look at it, and I'm not going to rule it out for the simple fact is, if you look at it, Series 13 or a proper trailer hasn't even dropped, and they've already announced that RTD is coming back. And I always said that the timing of that announcement was a bit strange. It was like as if BBC was trying to bury this era. So I wouldn't be surprised about the logo change. I wouldn't rule out. Now I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen. I reckon it's something got to do with the current era. Maybe they're probably doing this thing which they did with Find a Doctor. Maybe it's maybe they're setting stuff up behind the scenes. Maybe you have to go and try find this trailer, which I think would be a terrible idea. I know they seem to love to do things like that, but some people are saying it's a publicity stunt and it's a stupid one at that. But the thing about it is, it's not really stupid if you look at it. I kind of said it was a bit stupid, but then I kind of said in the same tweet, well, it's got everybody talking about Doctor Who. Right now, Doctor Who is trending. It's like, where's Doctor Who? Right? Because all the social media accounts are down. It's now 9:15 in the UK, Ireland, and the account is still down. So I'll just show people that don't know what's going on, what the situation is. So I will type in Doctor Who. Get rid of that. Doctor Who. See, it's not even coming up in the search bar. What the hell? See, the BBC Doctor Who America one is up because it's nothing to do with, and this was the point that I made as well, folks. Remember, the YouTube channel, the Facebook account, and the Twitter account, the BBC Doctor Who official, the one in the UK, are all run by BBC Studios, right? They recently took over. Do you remember there was a big announcement and stuff like that? So they've taken over. and they're the only accounts that are down are the ones connected with BBC Studios. BBC Studios. So for anybody that doesn't know, that's been living under a rock, BBC Studios is the commercial arm of the BBC. Basically, they're the ones that make shows, cash cows and stuff like that. So there's probably a few things going on right now. There probably is. Maybe they are updating all of the sites. Maybe this has got something to do with Series 13 and the trailer. Um, I would find it odd and peculiar if it is a new logo, if it is, geared towards the RTD era when we haven't even finished the current era. As I said, the announcement of RTD I found very peculiar because Series 13 hasn't even aired yet, and we'd only gotten a little teaser at this stage. We hadn't even gotten a trailer yet, and the announced RTD was coming back. So I've always found that a bit weird. I don't know why this Doctor Who account is not coming up now. It comes up on my phone, but it's not coming up on my Chromebook. Hold on. See, but Big Finish has been writing up stuff as well. So they wrote, where did at BBC Doctor Who go? Hashtag Doctor Who. That was 3 hours ago. 2 hours ago. Wait, Doctor Who Insta is gone too. So their Instagram is gone, their Facebook is gone, and their YouTube channel is down. There, someone put up a screenshot, so I'll just show you the screenshot because we've all been sharing the screenshot anyway, because you could check it on your phone, but for some weird reason on my Chromebook, you can't. So there it is there, right? It's got 1.6 million followers, and it says someone obviously tried to go in like we all have, and something went wrong, try again. So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all down. And there it is there. Where's Doctor Who is trending? So I'll just show you that real quick. If this is a publicity stunt, I know there are people complaining, it's a shitty one, how desperate and all, but let's be honest, if it's trending, right? It's trending, so it's actually doing its job. So yeah, I don't know. Now what I'll do is I'm only live for about an hour tonight. So what I'll do is I already know that Marty wants to come on. So if anybody else wants to come on, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring you on one at a time like we used to do with the phone-ins. And we'll give you about 10 minutes each. If you want to come on and speculate yourselves or tell me what you think is going on, you're more than welcome. Send me a DM, whether you're on Messenger or Twitter. If you would like to come on for a few minutes, let me know. The account is still down. So someone in the chat says they didn't do this when they redesigned the logo before Series 11. So what we'll do is, because I know Marty wants to come on, so what I'll do is I'll send him his email. We'll get Marty on first. As I said, if you want to come on, DM me. We give you 10 minutes each. Yeah, and in the next few weeks we'll be having an all discussion on the channel about the watch alongs because I was just writing them all down. We've got too many watch alongs going. So I'm gonna have to think about which ones I'm gonna put on hold for a while. And do other stuff on the channel. Because it's just become like a watch along channel. We do these streams are few and far between nowadays. So I'm going to be having a serious think about over the next couple of weeks about what ones we're going to continue with, what ones we're going to put on hold until we're finished those, and then we can finish the rest. That's how I'm gonna do. It's all undergone ready for new management. No, it was already taken over. I'll explain again. In August, I think it was in August of this year or August of last year, because I covered this on this channel. BBC Studios made an announcement on all the social media accounts that they had taken over all of the social media accounts belonging to Doctor Who. That included the Facebook account, it included the YouTube channel, it included obviously the Twitter account, and now we know the Instagram account. This takeover has already happened, right? So this isn't someone else coming in and taking over. BBC Studios will be working with Bad Wolf Productions on the current on Series 14, the 60th and Series 14, right? They have nothing to do with the social, as I said, the commercial arm of BBC, right, which is BBC Studios. So this has already happened. We spoke about it on the channel. I even highlighted it when it happened. Oh, look, it's gone under a rebrand. It's been taken over by BBC Studios. I did videos on it, right? So this isn't a takeover, right? The takeover already happened. So this is something else. This is something connected either to Series 13, as I said. Someone has seriously fucked up somewhere and all the accounts are down, right? Which I'd find hard to believe, but anything is possible. Or, which I'd find peculiar, but as I said, maybe this is a rebrand. Maybe we're going to see, what RTDs, because they will rebrand whatever the era is going to be coming up. But I'd find that odd and peculiar when Series 13 hasn't even aired, but they already announced RTD before Series 13 aired, which I found peculiar in itself anyway. So anything is possible. The reason why I'm doing this stream is because obviously people are speculating out there, and by the sounds of things, some people in the chat obviously think this is some sort of takeover. So I want to set the record straight. The takeover already happened. The commercial arm of BBC, which is BBC Studios, took over all the social media accounts. And I did videos on it because it was a big deal. Because that was the first indication that we got that changes were happening behind the scenes. This was the first indicator that was taken out of BBC's hands, which we've been telling you from day one. But nobody's been believing me or nobody's been listening. I told you, these plans, these things that have all been going on, the announcements that have been made with RTD were all long-term plans. These were all going on behind the scenes way back. When the BBC commercial arm, BBC Studios, took over those social media accounts, right, there was a few channels like mine that took notice of that, and it was a big deal. But a lot of fans have lost so much interest in the show that they don't even look at this as a big deal. But it is a big deal. This was a change and shift, and this is what's happening. And look, I would find it very peculiar if it is RTD rebrand, right, for the upcoming era. That would be an insult to Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall. But as I said, they already announced RTD was coming back even before Series 13 aired. So I don't know. Right, so let's see. I just want to see who wants to come on. Right, so we'll get Marty on, and while I have Marty on, I'll send emails to the other couple of people that want to come on. As I said, 10 minutes each, folks. We're sticking strictly now to the 10 minutes. So when you come on, I'll shut up. Give me your opinions. Let me know what you think it is. And remember, you got 10 minutes. I will cut in and let you know when you have 2 minutes left. So if you want to make a final point, you can make that point. Okay, so let's bring on our first guest. It's the one and only Marty. Hey, Marty. Very interesting, isn't it?
Well, I think you might be onto something. I'm just going to throw out what I know. The BBC is rebranding in 2 weeks. In case you don't know, BBC One is getting an entire new look in 2 weeks, along with the rest of the channels, the radio stations, the news. Everything is getting an updated look. So my money is they're going to put up a new logo. It's not going to be a new logo. It's literally, the part of the logo where it says BBC at the top?
Yeah.
Well, the BBC logo's changed, so I reckon they're going to put up the new version of the BBC logo on the Doctor Who logo.
So it'll be kind of a slight rebrand, but it won't be a rebrand sort of thing.
No.
It'll be we're just changing the BBC logo, but the same logo that we already have for this era is going to remain. Is that what you're saying?
You're not going to see RTD's new logo until I would safely say you'll not see RTD's new logo until after Jodie Whittaker's final episode airs, in my opinion.
Yeah, because to me, even as I've been saying, I'd find it highly disrespectful if they actually did do that. Because, even though they did announce RTD's that he's coming back, I don't think they would go that far. That would be a kick in the teeth.
I don't think they done that with Moffat and the do you remember when the logo changed when he came in?
Yeah.
I don't know the timing what was for that, but I don't think they done it that soon. I don't think they'll do that, but that's what I think it is. Maybe the logo is staying, maybe you always see the logo in the gold color. Maybe they're gonna go for a silver color or gonna go for something different. Maybe they'll just jazz up the graphics a bit. That's what I reckon they'll do. But in regards to the social media accounts, I was just looking there at Bad Wolf. Bad Wolf have their own independent Twitter pages from the main BBC page. There's a BBC page for His Dark Materials. There's a Bad Wolf page for His Dark Materials, and there's a HBO page for His Dark Materials.
And are they all still up?
They're all still up, yeah. So I'm wondering, or I'm not saying that they're going to make a new Twitter page, but could it be that Bad Wolf, are they in charge of that side of things now, or is it going to be still BBC Studios in charge of the social media?
Well, BBC Studios only took over, as I said. I did a whole video on it because do you remember I did my theory video was Joe Martin, where they letting us know that Joe Martin was going to be the 14th Doctor? Was that video? Yeah. I even showed you it was recently took over by the commercial arm BBC Studios. It was all those social media accounts were run by someone else originally. I think it was the BBC themselves, but the commercial arm took over. So I wouldn't say there's another take out. Nah, I wouldn't say that's happening at all. I think Bad Wolf will, even though they're co-producing, they've got their own sites, as you said, independent. I mean, they could throw up their own stuff up on that, you know what I mean? So I reckon you're probably onto something there. It's probably that, or it's a trailer, or they're making it. I don't know. Maybe it is a publicity stunt because everybody is talking about Doctor Who right now.
Yeah, there is the. I was going to try and see if I could show you the BBC thing where it's changed, and you'll see how it changes. Yeah, I'll get it here. I've got it. I'll try and share it with you. I'll just type in BBC rebrand, and the graphics came up. Right, give me 2 seconds. Share screen.
Right, it's still not coming up, folks. BBC Doctor Hit. It's not coming up at all, actually.
Yeah, it's. I thought there would have been a trailer the night before EastEnders or after EastEnders, but there's been nothing.
No, but she has that in look she has that interview next week, right? So if you to look at it, she's on Graham Norton next week, right? If you think about it logically, right,
Yeah,
and people use their heads, right? The social media accounts are all down. She's doing an interview next week, right? It's got something to do with Series 13 and the trailer. I'm telling you, then you'll get another little piece or another little teaser on the Graham Norton show when she's being interviewed about how she loved being the Doctor and all of this other rubbish that she's probably going to come out with. So I think it's something to do with Series 13. I'm being
yeah.
honest with you. But there's the new logo apparently,
That's
folks.
the new. That's the new graphics for BBC One there. So yeah, that's like that just shows you a quick overview of like the new BBC graphics and how they're changing and the new logo and all that stuff. So
That's ridiculous looking. It's the same logo, but they've just made it smaller or something. I remember when that came out, there was a big furore about it. It cost like thousands for them. All it is smaller boxes and the font is a little bit different.
well,
So
you
but it's
think if they were gonna change their logo that they would do something like completely different? I mean, this looks like they've just changed the font.
that's
Uh,
it.
you think they
Um,
would jazz it up, or you look at the likes of ITV that like they change their logo about every 6 or 7 years.
But
Like,
here's the thing, though. Would they really need to? And this is the thing that baffles me, though. Would they really need to close down all the social media accounts just to do that?
nah,
When
nah,
all
nah,
it
nah.
is,
I'd
when all
say
it is right, is they'd get a picture and like what we do with our social media account, and we change the picture. That's all they'd have to do. They wouldn't have to actually take down every single social media account. They could schedule that for that account to change. I'm pretty
well,
sure they could.
yeah, they probably did, but I'd say it's part of it. I think the main thing they're doing, I think this is some marketing thing to get. Obviously, people are going to talk when the social media pages disappear. Um, there is an error message on the website at the minute that says, "Oh, we've ran into some issues or something," and then there's like an error code that says 1313. People are taking that there's going to be a trailer at 13 minutes past 1 tomorrow. I don't know, but I do reckon it's coming either tomorrow or Sunday. The trailer will be there.
Well, there's definitely something coming. Without a shadow of a doubt. You've got about two minutes and 40 odd seconds left anyway, but yeah, there's definitely something happening already. What it is obviously it's intriguing because they've never done this before, as far as I know. So this is unusual.
Yeah, it's God knows. I'd have to say it's like the rebrand. I remember when the rebrand happened from Moffat to Chibnall. It was literally at like 8 o'clock one night. I just refreshed the page and the new logo loaded straight away. So it wouldn't be that. Uh, it's some marketing thing to get the show talked about, but you know, as I've said already several places, whoever's in charge of the marketing for this era, she could be sacked because they're doing no favors for promoting the show at all.
Well, I would have to disagree with that because we're on stream.
Uh-huh.
It's trending right now. People are wondering what the fuck is going on.
Well, you see, if this was,
I actually think whether you like it or not, it is a stupid publicity stunt. But it's worked.
well, you
It's
see,
worked. I'm sorry,
if
but
this
it's
was
worked. We're all
RTD,
talking about it. It's trending. I
if
think
this
they
was
did their job.
RTD, if this was RTD or Moffat now at this stage, you would have had trailers galore. You would have had episode titles. You would have had interviews with RTD and Doctor Who magazine giving hints to every episode. And now we're what 4 weeks. If it's on the 31st of October, 4 weeks, not even, about 2 weeks away from the series starting. And are they gonna go and do some blow their marketing budget in a week's marketing for a show? Seems a bit, I don't know. I wouldn't be doing it anyway. I would try and space it out over the space of 4 or 5 weeks, but it seems like they're gonna go for it try and promote it within a week.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is peculiar. This is why I decided not to do contact tonight and do this, because it is peculiar. They've never done, as far as I know, they've never done anything like this before. I just find it unusual. But I reckon it has to be something to do with Series 13, because even though you do come up with a very good point about the whole rebranding of the BBC logo, they wouldn't have to take down all the social media accounts. They wouldn't.
You're right. You're right.
So, I don't know, Daniel. To be honest, I don't really care. The trailer is going to be anyway. We got a promo image of the Sontaran ship, as if we didn't know the Sontarans were back. Looks like he's jazzed the ship up a little bit.
They've got some boogie lights now, haven't they?
Yeah, it looks impressive. See, this is the thing again, right? The one thing I will give Chris Chibnall and his era is some of the redesigns or the pieces that he's added onto certain villains or ships that we've known. The Daleks as well. I like the way he's done the Daleks. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't like the redesign, but I do like he's made them more sinister. He has done some good things. It hasn't been all doom and gloom. He's right. It's just so bleeding bad. But the Sontaran ship looks impressive. But Marty, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
We might be streaming tomorrow. Classic Who when something happens, maybe, or we might get a trailer in the afternoon. You never know, but
I reckon it'll be. If I'll just go with what the crowd are saying at the minute, I reckon you'll have a trailer by 1-2 o'clock tomorrow. I reckon, because they're not going to take their social media accounts down for 48 hours. I can see them doing it for 24, but not for 2 days straight.
No, it'd be weird. I'm actually surprised it's down this long, as it is, mate. To be quite honest with you, but we'll see what happens anyway. So I got a couple of more messages. So I sent Real Super Doctor your email. We got PD in the studio already. And let me see if there's any more people there. Babette, I think, wants to come on as well, but hold on, I think we got a few messages before that. I will bring you all on if I can. I've just got your message there. So we're just waiting on Real Super Doctor. But listen, Marty, thanks for coming on. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow if we have that. And
no bother at all.
Discuss. But very interesting. Keep your eye on all of those sites tonight. Maybe they might have a little bit of insider information. Well, they say they have insider information. But still, it'll be very interesting to see what they're nattering on about anyway.
One of the guys on it who sort of has leaked stuff before, like genuine stuff, he just says to keep your eyes and ears peeled. So he's saying no more after that. So there is something coming.
That's it. Right, Marty, we'll talk to you soon.
No bother. Speak to you later. Good luck.
Good luck. Very interesting, folks. Very interesting. Now, I'm going to bring people on in the order that I got messages. So even though people have probably popped in the studio before the person that sent me that's how I'm doing it. Okay, so I just want to point that out anyway. Just in case anybody in the back studio gets a little bit upset why they're not on next. I do it in the order that I've gotten the messages. So we've also got so we've got 3 other people to come on. I'll see what happens after the third person. See if we could squeeze in Babette before we finish up tonight. But as I said, we're sticking to the 10-minute rule. We should be good. We should be good. So I've sent your email, Jack, as well. Right, let's bring on our next guest because we have as I said, we're bringing on one at a time. That way everybody gets an opportunity to talk. Panels unfortunately been getting a little bit out of hand and people talking over everybody and stuff like that, and nobody can get that point across. So we'll do it this way. It always seems to work better anyway. So let's bring on our next guest and let's see what they think about all of this. It's the one and only real Super Doctor.
Hey Noel, how you doing?
Not too bad. So what are your thoughts on everything?
This is really weird. This is it was in I think it was Saturday. I noticed that they had put The Fugitive under the Doctor and the actor's names that's played the Doctor on the Google.
Yeah, actually, good point. I'm going to pause the clock there for a second, right? Because John does bring up a good point. I was actually, as you know yourself, because we do mostly Doctor Who on this channel, I was Googling Doctor Who the other day. And when I did, I forgot to put in the news part because I put in Doctor Who news. But because I was pressing buttons so quick, it searched Doctor Who instead of Doctor Who news. And I got the same thing. Every doctor was the fugitive doctor, except Tom Baker was the curator and Jodie Whittaker was the 13th doctor, but the rest of the doctors were fugitive doctors, right? Then Lee then went to search it, right? And it came up something different. So there has been something going on, by the way, even with Google. When you Google Doctor Who, all the doctors all of a sudden have become fugitive doctors. And the only doctor that is an actual doctor, if you were to read into it, is Jodie Whittaker's the 13th doctor, and the rest are all fugitive doctors. But I did stop the clock there, John. I'm going to shut up now, and you can make your point anyway. Go ahead.
I thought it was kind of weird, and when I saw that their Twitter was down and I think their Facebook's down as well, and all of their channels are down, and their YouTube channels down as well, and the pictures removed and the logos removed, and all their videos seem to be removed as well. I mean, what's going on here? Are they trying to do some cheap PR stunt or something like that, or trying to get bring attention to the show? I mean, it's not going to bring positive attention to the show. I mean, what they're doing is they're going to get people to mock it.
But here's the thing: even though you say that, right?
Yeah.
And I was saying that as well. This is if this is a publicity stunt, it's an awful one.
Yeah,
well, let's be honest. But let's be honest. We're all here on this channel. It's been spoken about on social media. We've got 54 people watching right now. So there's obviously interest in why it's gone. So whether we think it's shitty or not, it's actually done its job because, as I said, Doctor Who is trending. Everybody is talking about it. So it might be a shitty publicity stunt, but it's worked if it is a publicity stunt. If it's something, and obviously we haven't touched on it here quite as much, but if this is something sinister, i.e. someone has hacked all of the accounts, that's funny, to be quite honest, because then they're obviously not looking after their social media accounts properly. Go ahead, John.
Because that's what I thought. I thought somebody had hacked it because I thought somebody was playing games. You know, it was when I saw the Fugitive Doctor under that, and then I saw this. I thought, oh, somebody's definitely playing games. You know, it's not anybody at the BBC that's doing it.
Well, no, as I said, because there's a bit of confusion. Maybe it's a takeover. As I've already explained on the channel, we did a video on it. We covered it quite extensively at the time.
Yeah.
BBC Studios, the commercial arm, had taken over all the social media accounts in August. I forget if it was I think it was last August, if I'm correct in saying. It might have been last August, or it was definitely but it happened because I have the videos up on my channel. But Ted is going crazy because there's fireworks in the background. So if you hear Ted barking, it's because of the fireworks. God love him.
And then there was
go ahead.
another. Then there was another thing about this wee clip, Jodie Whittaker bouncing in between blankety blank adverts and that, and that she says, "Can you hear me?" And then it just cuts out. So they could be doing something, and it could be tying into series 13, and maybe that they're going to. All the events in Doctor Who's history is going to change, and this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to do something like it's all previous knowledge about all the previous incarnations is going to be wiped out or something.
Well, let's hope not.
I hope not. But the way things is going, and the wee clues and the wee hints that they're leaving. I don't know what they're going to do.
Let's see now. So it's 9:48 now, guys, in the UK. 9:49 in the UK. Right. So we'll see at 10 o'clock what happens. But as of now, it's still down.
Yeah.
And there it says it, even on its bio. Welcome to the official home of #Doctor Who on Twitter. This is the commercial channel from at BBC Studios. Actually, I'm going to go into BBC Studios, right? BBC Studios is up. So there's nothing wrong with BBC Studios. BBC Studios actually put up a tweet 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
And it was the eyes emoji and at BBC Doctor Who, right? And
well, the BBC hasn't made any kind of statements or anything like that to why their sites are down and why all the content's been removed. So it must be something to do with inside the BBC that they're doing this.
Someone is obviously saying that the trailer that they did, Can You Hear Me, is probably a clue to what's going on right now. But here's the interesting thing. BBC Studios put up a tweet 9 hours ago about Dragon's Den relocating to Scotland. Then 5 hours later, they text then at BBC Studios at BBC Doctor Who, and it says this quote, a tweet is unavailable. Right? So this is the commercial arm itself, BBC Studios, and they haven't said anything about the site being down except like what everybody else is doing, like what Big Finish did with the eye emoji, being surprised that they're gone. So I think they're all in on it. I really
I would think so.
I think it's something to do with it has to got something to do with has to have something to do with Series 13. I'd find it quite surprising if it's anything to do with the RTD era that's coming up, because that'd be another slap in the face of the current era.
Well, it does look like everything could be erased. I don't know. There might not even be a regeneration of Jodie Whittaker into the 14th Doctor. I mean, it might be that RTD is coming back for a complete reboot. And that's why he's back.
Well, I'll say nothing on that, but let's just say you could be onto something there.
Yeah.
Look. This. I don't think there's anything sinister behind it. Because BBC Studios wouldn't only put up one tweet. Remember, this is the commercial arm. If anything's happened with Doctor Who's social media account, they would make some sort of statement. Of course, they would. It'd be very interesting, actually. Has any articles come out from the Radio Times? Because normally they drop articles late at night. Has any Radio Times articles or anything highlighted it? It
I
could
haven't
be.
seen any.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I haven't seen any myself or any articles on this. But we got 61 people watching right now. If you could do us a favor and smash that like button, and then obviously if the stream goes up later on, leave your comments. Let us know what you think is going on. Is it got to do with Series 13 promotion? Is there something more going on here, or is it simply the case that the sites have been hacked and they are down, and BBC Studios and Big Finish don't know what's going on? Let me know what you think, guys. All these are opinions, are valid ones, and they, they count. So come and let us know what you guys think. John, we got a minute and a half left. Is there anything else you want to add on?
Even if they do think, even if they do think this is a real hack and that they would have responded straight away. I mean, they would have gave some kind of statement to why the sites were down.
I agree with you. I agree. That's why I don't. But I have to throw it out there to cover all bases. It looks like we've lost poor Jack. So, Jack, if you're listening to me, if you want to join back in, let me know if you can. If you can't, we'll get Babette on. But let me know either way. But John, we've got about 45 seconds left. So what's your gut feeling?
It's I think it's just there could be something in it. There could be something in it about the show's future, and we're in for a massive change. RTD's coming back could mean that the show could be completely rebooted. It's just all been kind of hinted that he's wanting to build on Chibnall, and that could be a kind of distraction. It could be that he's going to sweep everything clean, and he's going to reboot Doctor Who, and Doctor Who is going to be like what it was, and that, and it could be a totally brand new show.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Very interesting, I have to say. Very interesting. But listen, John, thanks for coming on.
No bother.
And I'll see you tomorrow for our Classic Who. Remember, William Hartnell's Earthly Child. I will throw up a trailer tonight just to remind everybody. I have been a bit busy. I've been receiving images of the thinking. Of posters, the hashtag we stand with John Barrowman, and RTD ones and Peter Capaldi ones and stuff. So I've been busy doing other stuff, but I will get that trailer up tonight. So we start off with an Unearthly Child, folks. Come and join us, and that'll be something else. And I think. We're on, we start off New Who Series 7, so I'll try get a trailer up for that for Sunday as well. Right, thanks, John, for coming on. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you.
No bother at all. No bother, it's a pleasure.
No problem. See you soon.
Right, see you later.
So we just got a comment in the chat. I would prefer if RTT would not come back because he could ruin his legacy. His fans would expect the same quality when he was showrunner, and the old saying is never go back. Yeah, but the thing about it is his writing has extremely gotten a lot better. Right now, he's a man in demand, and they managed to get him back for Doctor Who. I don't think he'd come back himself if he didn't think he had stories and an idea what he wanted to do. I don't think he will ruin his legacy. I think he'll cement it personally. But, it's all about opinions. That's what it's all about. And, thank you for your comments. Really appreciate it. So we've got our next guest to bring on. It's the one and only PD Rich.
Hey, no, it's almost been a year. You realise that? Since I first came on.
I know.
Wow, how time flies.
What do you think is happening?
Okay, generally in the BBC, as I said, the license fee paying arm, they're in a bit of trouble at the moment, from what I hear. Very lot of trouble. They're having to make lots of cutbacks on a lot of things. And I also wanted to say a lot of this copying Hollywood nonsense is all a smokescreen, because they've got a lot of skeletons in their closet. People are starting to open them now. That's about as far as the detail I can go into that. But you do realise a lot of the programming at the moment is being taken over to BBC Studios. A hell of a lot of it. We're talking about Strictly Come Dancing. That's at BBC Studios now.
Yeah.
What else has gone? Casualties, BBC Studios. EastEnders is BBC Studios. As you said, Dragon's Den is now BBC Studios. A lot of their big main programming is now BBC Studios. So I think, and after the Culture Secretary the other day said about BBC, oh, don't worry about them, they'll be gone in a decade's time.
Yeah, it looks like the commercial arm, as you said, are taking over.
Yeah, it's slowly
A
absorbing
lot of stuff.
everything.
But what do you think is going on in relation to Doctor Who?
Well, the 1313 error message is about a printer code, and it's not the usual 401 error message. So that's probably that might be an advertising thing, could be, but I think it's also a lot of it is related to what happened on Monday to social media. They got absolutely attacked.
Yeah, Daniel says, why do I have a horrible feeling about this? Look, I think the longer it does go on, fans are gonna keep speculating. You know, people are gonna come up with their own theories, and yes, some fans are gonna be a little bit worried. But look, if I was a betting man, I'd say it's definitely something to do with the current era. And maybe this is all sort of a publicity stunt, which, in fairness to them,
It could be.
you know, it might be a shitty one, but it's obviously worked because, let's be honest, we're talking about it here on this channel. It's trending, as I said, on Twitter. So it's done its work.
Yeah, whatever
it is. It's work,
yeah.
whether we agree with it or not. So, look, logically, if you look at this, right, you don't have to be a genius to figure this out. Jodie Whittaker is on Graham Norton next week.
Yeah.
Right? Next Friday. Right?
Yeah.
So you look at it now. Social media accounts are down this week, Friday. Right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, there's a trailer coming the weekend at some stage.
Oh, you think, Chibnall's
trying
to silence criticism. Yeah.
Right? I reckon there's some sort of maybe the rebranding for this era. Because remember, we saw all of that. Do you remember we saw a new kind of logo with the background, with a different background? It was kind of wasn't it? Not rainbow, but it was different to what we got before. Maybe they are doing stuff like that, but still doesn't kind of explain why they'd have to take down their social media accounts. They've either taken down their social media accounts or someone has really messed up.
Yeah.
Right, which we haven't really touched on.
Yeah.
But if someone has really messed up and the accounts are down, but if that was the case, I'm pretty sure they'd be able to retrieve them unless they deleted them permanently.
Yeah, unless it's someone hacked Facebook and someone's using the same code for all their social media.
But someone said that in the chat as well. Well, Facebook and all was hacked and it was down. But why would they deliberately just go after Doctor Who? It doesn't.
I know you've seen Star Trek and all sorts being taken down.
I'm sorry.
Everyone.
I don't think it's been hacked. I think it's got to do with the current. Look, as I said, it's either got to do with the current era or it's got to do with the RTD era. And if it's got to do with the RTD era, as I said, it's a slap in the face again to this current era. But if I was a betting man and thinking about it logically, she has that interview next week. There's a trailer coming. That's what I reckon.
Yeah, I think there's a trailer coming. It might be publicity for a trailer.
And they might be changing the wallpapers and stuff like that, and doing other stuff behind the background.
It might also be with the £40,000 and £12 million rebrand.
Remember, you've been getting this hashtag Find the Doctor nonsense as well, right? Maybe they're doing something similar. You watch the trailer and they're giving you a few more clues or something to try and figure something out before you watch the actual show.
Yeah.
Something stupid like that, because that's what they think is good promotion.
Yeah.
But it's not, because nobody is interested.
Yeah.
Everybody
also on Jo Martin, she's now known as a fugitive doctor. they've finally renamed Joe Martin as a fugitive doctor.
No, she was always the fugitive doctor.
Yeah,
though.
but it's not even on the calendars now. It's all kind of official now.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
don't
I've
know
noticed.
what's. Look, it's interesting because this has never happened.
Yeah.
This
It was
has
like the
never
Ward
happened
Doctor. It was
before.
originally known as the Other Doctor until
Yeah.
after the show, and then it was known as the Ward Doctor. It's like, you know, she was like kind of mysterious. That's the
Yeah.
other thing I've noticed
Very
recently.
interesting, though. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
there's
It's still
something going
down.
on. Something
It's
going
still
on.
down. I've checked again. I thought
Yeah.
maybe after 10
Oh my
o'clock.
giddy aunt! It's the stuff is gone wibbly. 1313 error message, which is a printer error message. So, yeah, still down, my friend. Yeah,
It's still
on
down,
my
yeah.
end as well. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's either a rebranding or it's a publicity stunt, or as I said, it's probably what happened on something to do with something that happened on Monday. But as you said, it's weird. It's just Doctor Who. Star Trek hasn't been hit.
That's what I mean. So I
Yeah.
don't think it's a hack, to be quite honest
Yeah,
with you.
because the rest
I
of the show,
don't think
BBC
that,
shows
they
are up.
would, the hackers would go out of their way because they don't like it, Doctor Who right now. That
Unless
they
they're
go out of their
mass
way to
rebranding the website.
to
Yeah, at the
hack
same
their
time.
leading social media accounts.
Didn't you say
And I don't think
Dragon's Den
even
was down as
anybody on
well?
their side would do anything like that either because they just
Yeah.
can't be bothered at that part, you know? Like,
Yeah.
the funny thing about it is they announced RTD, right? And the thing about it is nobody gives a crap about the current era now in the next series. You know, all the
Yeah.
focus on RTD. So maybe this
Yeah.
is their way to shift, which will bring me back to the point that I said.
Yeah.
The RTD announcement was peculiar at the timing of it. And if they've messed up, or this announcement, do you know what probably could be as well? Just want to
Yeah.
make it clear. Do you know what probably could be?
What's that, my friend?
Maybe they didn't want to announce RTD when they did. Maybe someone was going to
Yeah, I reckon it was an
leak it,
industrial leak.
and they were forced into it. So they did it, right?
Yeah,
And
their back's
maybe
against
now
the
they've
wall,
been
yeah.
trying to figure out a way. Well, how do we shift the focus back onto Series 13 now? Because we had to come out with this announcement, even though we wanted to wait. So how can we generate some hype and buzz? I know someone then probably said, I know, let's take down our social media accounts. Let's do a little slight rebrand of
Yeah.
the of Serious Thornton coming and
Yeah.
let's do the trailer. Let's do it that way and try reestablish
Yeah.
the focus on the current era, because I always found that RTD announcement peculiar and strange. Why would you announce him as showrunner when the current showrunner is not even finished his run yet? By the way, I haven't even put out Series 13 or even a trailer.
Yeah, there's a war. It's funny with this rebranding of this logo as well. It's a new font, something to do with Lord Reef. It's like, you really want to use a Lord Reef
but in
font?
fairness, again, you wouldn't have to take down social media accounts.
No, you wouldn't take a whole, because it only seems to be the Doctor Who website.
I honestly think that's what happened. I honestly think they wanted to announce RTD, but not yet.
Yeah.
Right? And I think someone was going to leak, and don't be surprised if one of the papers,
right.
you know, that's the papers wouldn't keep that. If they already know RT, that's a big story, right?
They'll shoot that out.
So maybe they preempted the story and announced it and said, "Fuck it, look, we have to announce this because, you know, if we do it, it's at least we'll be able to control the narrative to a certain extent." But obviously, that's had a damning effect on the promotion for Series 13. So maybe they have tried to wrestle back some of the focus onto Series 13. And maybe that's it. But we got about 30 seconds. Is there anything else you want to add there?
I just want to say, just at the end of the day, thanks for having me for almost a year. I'll try and pop back in tomorrow if I can. And I just think there's something very weird going on with the BBC in general. I'm hearing some pretty weird stuff myself. But I can't talk about it too much on an open channel, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So I'll probably have a little chat with you after the stream tomorrow, if I'm on.
Yeah, not a bother.
Okay then, buddy. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.
Catch you tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye. Right. We've lost Jack again. So we're going to see if we could bring Jack on. So I think I did see a message where he said, can I send it to him by Twitter? So that's what I'm going to do now, Jack. Interesting, though. Very interesting. Actually, I'm also seeing there's a lot of people that are hoping that they don't come back. It just goes to show you how badly the social media sites are looked upon, that some people are actually hoping that they don't come back. They've only got themselves to blame anyway, for the way before BBC Studios took over, because since they've taken over, actually there has been no nonsense from them, in they haven't come out or said anything to fans, whereas when it was under the old ownership, if you put in a tweet against the current era, BBC Studios or BBC Doctor Who site would sometimes respond back, but the commercial arm doesn't do that. They just put up their tweets and they move on. So very interesting. Very interesting. Still down. Still down. All right. Just okay. I didn't see that private message. We'll see what happens. Hold on, I just had to send a quick message to someone. Right, that message is sent. Okay. But yeah, it's still down. You know what? Actually, I never checked out. Let's see what happens when I do YouTube. Right, let's see if we can get it up on YouTube. Do 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 do. Right, BBC official is up, but the actual Doctor Who it's not even coming up. It's not even coming up. Only the official BBC site is coming up, but not the Doctor Who one. That is interesting. That is very interesting indeed. I've never really seen anything like it. It's a bit weird. The look of those teasers was of a glitch screen having a fault with social media sites would match that. Exactly. I think it's all part, which would be, which is, I think is stupid, but it has worked because, as I said, Doctor Who's trending right now. So whether we think it's crap the way they've done it, well, it's worked because it's getting everybody talking. So just to recap for anybody that's just joined us, the social media accounts of Doctor Who run by BBC Studios, who had only recently took over. So this isn't a takeover. The handover had already happened. The Instagram account, the Facebook account, the Twitter account, and the YouTube channel, all run by the commercial arm of BBC. BBC Studios are down right now, and they've been down for a good few hours now. Error 1313 makes sense to me anyway. That's my thoughts. Erasing Dr. Sirius 13, Dr. 13. And that error 1313, yeah, I know. So I think this is, as Babette is saying, as we have suspected, it's got something to do with Sirius 13 promotion. It's which, when we look at it, might be stupid, but someone connected to this thinks this is a good idea. I would have to say, if this is BBC Studios doing this, because it's the BBC Studios accounts that are down, even though BBC Studios main account isn't down. If this is them somehow doing some sort of promotion for this current era, well, again, I would have to say, now that they've taken over, this is a very bad move on their part. And if this is what we've got to look forward to in the future when it comes to further promotion of the RTD era, I'm not going to be on board with it. I don't want, don't get me wrong. I know there are fans out there that enjoy searching all of these little clues and stuff like this to put things together and to figure out little Easter eggs and all of this. I can't give a flying crap at 40 odd years of age of doing that kind of thing, right? All I want is me teasers and me bloody trailers and proper bloody promotion, right? That's it, right? Don't want any fancy marketing ploy or cheap little tricks, right? I just want me trailers. And if this is part of this 1313 crap that's been going on for bleeding months now, yeah, well, I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong. You've got it all wrong. Seriously, this is not how you promote. Do you know that people, and I'm just saying this for anybody out there that is connected to this show, which I know you are probably hadn't watching, because why would you? But if there was, I'm just going to tell you out straight, you've got this all wrong. There is no, if you were to ask fans, they will tell you that the promotion for Series 12 and 13 have been non-existent, right? If this all of a sudden, over the past few months, you've been doing this hashtag find a doctor and all of this other rubbish, if this has all been promotion for Series 13, you've got it wrong. You've got it wrong. That's not everybody is on Twitter. Not everybody is on social media, by the way. Some Doctor Who fans are not on social media at all. Right? You've given them nothing. Right? They're sitting at home watching their TV screens. What are you giving them? A little tiny teaser. You think that's going to do? The promotion for this in Series 11 has been absolutely disgraceful. And BBC Studios, the commercial arm, which have taken over all the social media accounts. Now, whether they've taken over the promotion right now, I don't know, right? But if they have taken over the promotion right now, and this is their idea to generate hype for Series 13, I'm going to tell you right now, you've got it wrong. You haven't generated no hype whatsoever. What you've done is you've actually made people laugh. This is pathetic. And if this is a big publicity stunt, it's pathetic. Doctor Who shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing it this way. This is pathetic. Right? You've had no problem pushing the agenda and the show when Jodie Whittaker was announced. She was appearing at bleeding fashion shows in New York and turning up at Comic Cons and all, giving her crap about how she's empowering women. Right? Then Series 12, and don't give me this crap about COVID, because COVID wasn't even around. Where was the promotion for Series 12? Non-existent. Where was the interaction with the audience? Non-existent. Right? It's carried on into Series 12 or Series 13. I'd even say that Series 13 promotion has even been more pathetic than Series 12 promotion. Absolutely ridiculous. It's not good enough for a show as big as Doctor Who. Now, I mightn't be a fan of this current era, but Jesus Christ, give the fans that have been loyal and supportive of this era something, for God's sake. Something that they can get excited about. But you give them nothing. You give them a little teaser, a few promo photos, and now all of a sudden all the social media accounts are down. Just drop the bloody trailer and stop with the messing. Like, this has to be, this is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Disgraceful. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Let's check the site anyway. Now we're at 10:19 UK time. So 20 past 10. And it's still down. Right. So yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, you know, the sooner this era is over, the better. Everything about it has just been done wrong. I'll give them one thing. Series 11, this show was promoted. That season was promoted more than any promotion for any other series I'd seen. To see Series 11 get that much promotion, and then to see how much Series 12 was actually promoted. And if you actually put it side by side, and Comic Cons that they start pulling out of and stuff like that, told you everything you needed to know. They knew that this whole thing was a failure from the beginning. And they wouldn't, and I'm being honest, the reason why they never appeared at those Comic Cons wasn't because of work schedule or conflict, because people have to realize, right, that all of these things are taken into account when they're filming, right? They'll take specific days off when there's a Comic Con if they're going to be there. Filming is scheduled around all of these things if they're filming at the time, and Comic Cons happen to clash with what they're filming, right? They'll always make time. So the excuse that they were working, and we got those little video clips during Series 12 where she says she couldn't make it because they were filming right now and all of this other rubbish, right, was just an excuse. They knew if they had went out in front of a live audience, they couldn't control the whole narrative, right? Because not only would she be cheered by people that actually think she is a good doctor, but you would have heard bills. You would have heard people show their disappointment. And they didn't want to air that in front of everybody. That's why every single Comic-Con appearance that they've made has obviously ended up being pre-recorded and put out. Now, obviously, they have the excuse over the last year, obviously, with the current situation, which is fair enough, right? You could do pre-records, but or under Series 12, there was no excuses, and they chose not to interact with the audience. There's a reason behind that, and the reason is because they knew they fucked up during Series 11, and it's been a fuck up ever since. And now they're still fucking up because you got this stupid fucking promotion right now. That's absolutely it just goes to show you how far this show has actually fallen. That they've resorted to this kind of tactic. And as I said, maybe they were forced into it because they were forced to announce RTD a lot sooner than they had anticipated. Maybe someone out there that is known by people probably had the information and were going to go public with it. And obviously the BBC then said, listen, hey, we're going to drop it tomorrow. Can you just give us a day and then you can get the exclusive or whatever? We'll promise you an exclusive in a couple of months with RTD or something like that. You know, because I just find the announcement very peculiar. I've said this a lot of... will Jodie do conventions now that she's left the role? No. You won't see any conventions because Series 13 is about to drop as well. So we'll get a trailer, and I reckon then within a couple of weeks of the trailer, the series is probably gonna drop then. So the conventions have already went and gone. Sure, there was a big one only recently, wasn't there? So no, she won't do any more conventions. What'll probably happen now is that as she's doing on Friday, she's doing an interview with Graham Norton. I reckon she'll do a few more interviews then, and then you probably won't see her for a while, or she'll probably announce that she's doing a new show, maybe, or obviously she'll announce her own stuff because, as I said, as we reported on this channel, she does have a few projects herself that she wants to do. She wants to go back to theatre work as well. So that's something that she has planned. So I don't see her doing any promotion for this series. And any interview or stuff that will be done will be all pre-recorded and done and out of the way. Sure, there's already some reports that she's not even willing to speak about why she's left the show. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised in the interview on Friday. You don't get very much out of Jodie Whittaker in the way why she decided to leave. She'll probably give the simple answer. It was time to go, time to move on. All the usual, I had a great time, it's the best thing that I've ever done, and all of this other rubbish. So no, I don't expect you to get too much. And again, if she's on that show next week, great. I mean, look, if anybody watches Graham Norton, you know for a fact that something Doctor Who is going to drop on that interview when he's interviewing her. So if BBC don't throw out a trailer before then, well, then again, they fucked up because the Graham Norton show is not on till after, I think it's after 9, isn't it? 9 o'clock or something, right? So kids will be in bed, right? On a Friday night, kids will be in, well, they're supposed to be in bed, but, you know, kids will logically be in bed. So if they drop the trailer on Graham Norton and nobody's watching, that will be another mess up. So this is why I reckon the social media accounts are down. The trailer is going to be dropping this weekend, I reckon. And then next week, then, if you watch Graham Norton, they'll probably show the same trailer again. And then what'll probably happen is you'll probably get a few more promo images that we haven't seen, right? That'll be thrown into the mix, and that's it. And that's it. So that's what I reckon is happening. Very interesting. I will keep my eye on it. obviously, you know, I'm not gonna keep fucking. I'll check every couple of hours or so. I can't actually be asked to keep my finger on the reload button. But yeah, it's still down, and it's now 27 minutes past 10 UK Irish time. But it is, James, you're right. It is bizarre. It is. It's peculiar, all right. But look, if you look at it logically, and again, you know, there's people speculating who, you know, there's someone out there that I don't really particularly get on well with anyway. But it's kind of sad and pathetic watching them trying to figure out who the next companion is. They're trying to say it's Ollie Alexander now because he was on the One show and all of this. Listen, Series 13 is not even over yet, and you're already trying to figure out who the companions are and the next doctor is. Will you just leave it out? At the end of the day, you won't know, right? Because the one thing I will say is that RTD is completely different to Stephen Moffat and Chris Chibnall. If you remember under the RTD regime, right, there wasn't many leaks coming out at all, right? He could actually keep something away from people and people wouldn't leak it, right? Now, I'm not saying he never got any Doctor Who leaks, right? You did, but they were few and far between compared to the other two showrunners that we had. Sure, Moffat, every bleeding season Moffat did, there was always a big, massive leak, right? And it's been the same with Chris Chibnall. We seen the Daleks blow up on Bristol Bridge. Do you remember all those months back and all? And like, everybody knew the Daleks were coming back, right? And even though everybody knew, right, the social media accounts then broke. Oh, the Daleks are back. Yay. But we'd known months beforehand. So that's the thing. You're not going to find out. Look, you can speculate all you want because Ollie's connected with RTD. His logic is flawed anyway, right? He'll cast based on what idea he has for the Doctor, and then the companion then will be the opposite. Well, not the opposite, but the companion then will be the companion that will be brought in will suit the Doctor that he chooses. Right? Yous are all reading too much in because he's worked with Ollie Alexander, Lydia West, and all these people. Right? Just because he's worked with these people doesn't mean Lydia West is going to be the Doctor like some people have suggested. Just because he's worked with Ollie Alexander doesn't mean that he's going to be the Doctor or companion. Right? No decisions have been made. I can tell you that for that much. Right? RTD has plenty of time. Why would he wouldn't have his Doctor and his companion already? He's got plenty of time to make those decisions. So people need the Series 13 is not even over and people are already fighting with each other. Who do you think the next bloody Doctor and companion is? Leave it out, like. And then, like, trying to claim that people are saying a trailer is going to happen at such and such a time, making up shit. Losing the plot. And to get those clicks and subs, isn't it? You want to be the first. At the end of the day, we'll find out who the Doctor is. Right? But as I said, don't be surprised if Jodie Whittaker's Doctor regenerates into someone that you wouldn't expect. Or I'll put it this way, will Jodie Whittaker's Doctor regenerate into 14? That's the question. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it at that. But this is the thing. Wait and see what happens. Right? But, yeah, look, we could go on about this all night. I want to thank all my guests that came on. We're having a few technical issues as well here. Do you know what? The internet has been very dodgy over these last few weeks and months. And it's still down at 10:30. So what do you reckon? Do you reckon it'll come back 12 midnight tonight? Do you think it's down for the next till tomorrow? Do you think it'll pop back up midday maybe? And then after midday, then it'll have a new trailer, stuff like that. But I will say that I personally think that this is desperation time. If this is some sort of publicity stunt, I don't know. This is peculiar, and it was worth talking about because nobody, has seen this happen before. Not on the time that I've been on Twitter or Facebook. I've never seen any of their accounts do anything like this before. Even when there has been a rebrand, they've just done it and announced it. You know what I mean? They've announced that they're going to be rebranding, and then they leave that tweet up for a couple of days, or whether it's on Facebook, they leave it up for a couple of days, and then the rebrand will just happen. So I don't think it's a rebrand. I'd be very shocked, as I said, if they are rebranding into the RTD era already and he already has his logo picked, which would suggest then he is further along than I actually thought and a lot of people thought, but I think he has plenty of time. As I said, we've got the Series 13 and then we've got horse specials before we get the 60th anniversary, which he will be taking over. So we just have to wait and see. Look, at interesting stuff going on, but I've never seen anything like this before. I remember the current wallpaper on the Twitter account, just to let you know, is all the doctors, including the 13th, the Fugitive, and the War Doctor, and all the other doctors that we actually have. So that's the wallpaper at the moment that they have on their Twitter account. And the BBC logo, obviously, that we've seen, the BBC Who logo, the one with the orange, I should say, and the white font, that's still there. So don't be surprised if they change tomorrow. But again, why would you have to pull down the social media accounts? And the reason why is because you've got, well, actually, this is even pathetic here. So where is the doctor is trending, apparently, right? But it's only got 1,005 tweets. So it's not actually spectacularly trending, to be quite honest with you. So if this is supposed to be a publicity stunt, I think we can honestly say that it's a big fat fail. And I'm actually throwing that tweet up now to show you. 1,005 tweets and it's trending. There you go. Tweet is up. So just in case anybody thinks that I make this stuff up, you know. So I'll show you now, right before we head off for the night. Now, as I said, I've been, sitting down and writing everything down that we do on the channel. And as I said, we're doing way too many watch-alongs. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to decide which ones we're going to continue with. and then when they're finished, then we'll continue the others. But I'm thinking of only having 3 watch-alongs a week, and then when they're done, obviously, then do the other ones that we've got to finish, and then obviously we're going to be doing a lot of reviews of TV shows that are coming out, like The Orville, obviously Series 13 of Doctor Who, the Tardis Zone talks. Then we'll come back full time. We'll have review panels and stuff like that. So here it is there, look at. So sci-fi and fantasy TV trending, hashtag where is Doctor Who? And it's got a sad, pathetic 1005 tweets. Right, if you want to know how bad your show is and how badly it's being affected, there you go. Go and look at the RTD announcement, right, and look at the tweets and look at the trends, right. It was trending by the thousands, right. So nobody really gives a flying crap about Series 13 or the current era of Doctor Who. I mean, 1005 tweets and it's trended. Like, I thought it was around 20 or 30,000 bloody tweets or something, right? So even though the social media accounts are down, as I said, I've been scanning through Twitter and Facebook. There's a lot of fans hoping that they don't come back. So that just goes to show you how bad the relationship is between the social media accounts and the fans. And as I said, anyway, when the RTD announcement was made, I told you from day one that the new showrunner would have the most difficult job coming in, right? Because the social media accounts and the fandom haven't been getting on since Whittaker, because as I said, they were under other management before, and those social media accounts had no problem with retweeting or calling fans out that had a problem with this era, right? So the relationship hasn't been great there, right? And this is why BBC Studios took over, because they haven't been engaging in that sort of behavior. Fans have been able to go and have their opinions, and you haven't had them calling people out, right? So, you know, RTD has a lot of work to do. As I said, not only does he have to try and save the show, the fandom needs to be repaired, and fans need to move on both sides of the argument now. Jodie Whittaker is gone now, right? Chris Chibnall's gone now. A new era will begin when they're gone, when they're finally on the last episode and it's on screen. I think fans on the other side that have had a problem with our side, the so-called Not My Doctors, even though that's a hashtag and I keep saying it, it's a hashtag, it's not a group of people. It never was a group of people. It was a hashtag. But anyway, I think they need to get over the fact that we didn't like this era. It's done now. Keep bringing up stuff from the past about what we said about Jodie Whittaker's Doctor and all of this other stuff about the series. It is done now, right? New era will begin, and we will move on, and we will talk about that era. And, again, as I said last night, there seems to be a misconception from the Jodie Whittaker fans that are the J-bots, as we call them, the ones that attack us, basically, that we don't understand that RTD coming back is a bad thing for us. And I was kind of thinking, well, why do they think that? And the reason why they think that is because they think that we don't believe that the RTD era was political or had messages in it. Yes, we do. We've always known that. RTD's era is one of the most progressive eras of Doctor Who that you will see. The difference is that he actually wrote good stories. He actually developed characters, right? And especially if a character was an LGBTQ plus character, right? Look at Captain Jack, for example. But look at the way that even Stephen Moffat did it with Bill Potts, right? Her character development when it came to her sexuality was very bad. RTD thought by getting her to say that she was a lesbian on the screen every 5 minutes was the way to do it. That was bad and poor character development. If you look at the way RTD character developed Captain Jack, right, it was done in the right way. And then we found out about that he was a 52nd century man, and they basically swing both ways, right? But it was done with respect, and any message that he wanted to send the audience, the story was forced. The message obviously was within that story, but it was done properly. So again, I think you are under the misconception that we believe, that we believe that Doctor Who has never been political. Doctor Who has always been political. The problem is, right, and this will be the thing that will prove our point. When RTD comes back, right, and he starts writing these Doctor Who episodes, and when the first time that he has anything to convey to the audience, you will see how it's done compared to the way Chris Chibnall done it. And you will see a radical and a startling difference, right? RTD does it right, Chris Chibnall does it wrong, and has been doing it wrong. We have no problem with political messaging within Doctor Who. Want to make that point. We've never had a problem with it because we've had it during the classic era. We've had it during the RTD era. The problem is that Chris Chibnall has done it and has hammered the message over our heads with a hammer, right? He's always put the story secondary to the message that he's trying to convey. For God's sake, it got even that bad that the Doctor looked directly at the camera and start preaching to the audience, right? Start preaching to the audience about climate change and all of that other stuff, right? That's not how you do it. And that's why we've had a problem with the Chris Chibnall era, because he hasn't done it properly. RTD does do these kind of things properly. And in fairness, if it was him to introduce a female Doctor, I think there'll be nobody in the chat that will disagree with me that RTD would do it better. Whether fans agree with it or not, or think that the Doctor should be male or female is besides the point. The point is that if RTD was to do it, we know that he would do it in the right way. And that's the point. Chris Chibnall has never done these things in the right way. For God's sake, in one of the Dalek stories, I think it was the very first one, he brings a guy on the screen for 20 seconds, literally say, my boyfriend's at home, and he gets murdered by a Dalek. That's not how you character develop an LGBTQ plus character, right? That's disrespectful, right? Just like with the cancer scene with Graham O'Brien, disrespectful. Everything that Chris Chibnall has done has been disrespectful. When he did the Rosa Parks episode, disrespectful. When he did the partition of India, disrespectful. He gets praise and patted on the back for how great he is at these historicals. No, he's not great at these historicals. He's done them with disrespect and doesn't understand the topic of conversation or the topic that he's trying to actually write about or talk about. He hasn't got a clue. And that's been the problem. Difference is that RTD understands human emotion, understands human actions, understands the world, right? And this is the thing. RTD is going to show up Chris Chibnall in a big way. For all those people that have been praising Chris Chibnall, saying, "Oh, he's great, political messaging is great, yeah, all the things that and all the agendas that we have, he does them great." No, he doesn't. And RTD is going to show you how it is supposed to be done. And this is why I'm optimistic about him coming back. I've no problem. I never had a problem with political messaging in Doctor Who. No fan has. Right? It's the way it's being done under this current regime is what we've had a problem with. And you need to stop saying, that we're all going to be in for a shock when RTD comes back. No, we're not. Because we already know what we're going to be expecting from RTD. The difference is that we know that his writing is going to be top-notch. His character development is going to be top-notch. And if he does, and if he is dealing with social issues and world issues, he will do them with the respect that they deserve, and they will be done, I should say, they will be done absolutely with respect, dignity, and he will put thought into it. He won't just slap it on the screen, right? Because he knows that the subject that he's dealing with is an important one, so he'll treat it with the respect that it deserves. Chris Chibnall has never, ever done that. And it's highlighted in his doctor. It's highlighted in some of her dialogue. As I said, I've given plenty of examples there. The Graham O'Brien scene is an example. As I said, the way he handles LGBTQ plus characters. We've seen it brings one on screen for 20 seconds. There's even a Facebook page, I think, or Wikipedia dedicated to that bloke that appeared on screen for 20 seconds. That's not representation, right? And this is what we've been trying to say. RTD done it right. When it came to representation and came to all of these other issues that we're talking about, he done them right. And with that, I'm going to leave it there. I'll just give one final check now. So it's coming up to 10 to 11. Just hold on. I need to plug in the Chromebook. We're about to lose battery power there. Right, so let's have one quick look before we head off. Do us a favor, smash that like button. Like, share, subscribe, as we always say. Right, let's have a look. Right, so it's still down. So what I'll do is I'm not going to spend all night looking to see if it comes back. I'll check it every so often and see if it comes back. If anything major has happened with the site, i.e. rebrand or anything like that, I will do a little pre-record video, throw it up, and then obviously then if we need to discuss what's going on, we'll try squeeze in a live stream tomorrow before the Doctor Who Classic Who watch along. So yeah, so as I said, I'll be taking a look at some of the watch alongs now, and as I said, we've got way too many going on, and we haven't got enough streams and panels and stuff like that where we discuss other stuff. So we'll give it a few more weeks, see what happens, and then I'll make a decision on what we're doing. But Melina says, I just want this era to be over. No, you need a countdown clock like Chibs. Ha ha ha. I don't really look. I as I said, I'll keep an eye, but I'm not going to go out my way. I've got better things to be doing. I'm actually going to make myself something now to eat. So if it comes back, it comes back. I'll check again. I'll check again at 11 because it's near 11 now. If it doesn't come back at 11, I'll check at 12. If it's not back by 12, I don't really give a shit. It won't be back till tomorrow, I reckon. We'll see. So off until tomorrow, I should say. So I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one, folks. Look after yourselves. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Hit that little bell so when we do go live, folks, you will be notified. And also make sure that you're still subscribed. Because YouTube do their daily purge. Well, monthly, weekly, whatever. Now at this stage it happens random now. But make sure you are all still subbed. I'm gonna go off now and play a little bit of I streamed a bit of Mortal Kombat XL last night, so I'm doing the story. So I've been doing that. So I might be doing a little bit of that later on. That's on the Irish Geek if you want to check it out. So the Irish Geek is my second channel. It's a gaming channel. Come and check it out later on. I'll be streaming a little bit of Mortal Kombat. Might do a little bit of Fortnite later on as well. We'll see. We'll see. All depends. Fortnite is actually doing me head in right now. I'll play with random people. I'm not even getting past 17 bleeding place. It's getting ridiculous, man. They've changed it up so much that the people that are very good at the game, right? What normally used to happen is in the first week or two they'd be there because they build up their levels, they buy their levels, and then as soon as they get all their skins and stuff, they will disappear. But they've set up the game now in such a way that these people actually can't do that. As like you can still buy levels and stuff like that. You don't level up as quick, so they're hanging around a lot more. So it's harder to win games now because the really, really good players are not leaving after the first couple of weeks. So you have to up your game a little bit. I get the odd victory here and there. Obviously when I play with people that I know, but when you play with random people, it's bollocks, man. I was playing with Melina there. Actually, myself and Melina actually did a Fortnite stream a while ago, and we had a lot of fun there. We got a few victories as well. So yeah, she says we have to play. We won twice the last time. Yeah. So if I do, I'm gonna do a bit of Mortal Kombat first. But if I do stream Fortnite, I'll give you send you a message. And we'll have a game. So the Irish Geek is the second channel. Go and check it out. We will see you soon, folks. Have a good one. Enjoy our weekend. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. And we will talk to you tomorrow on this channel for Classic Who's On. And as I said, come and join me over on the Irish Geek in a few minutes. Just give us a few minutes or so. And we'll do a little bit of Mortal Kombat. So come and join us for that. Mortal Kombat XL, sorry. And it's a bit like Injustice. You can interact with the background and all. I kind of find it a bit weird because I'm used to the old Mortal Kombat games. I have played Mortal Kombat X, I think. And that was pretty okay. Yeah, I'm enjoying this one. It's rock hard, though. It's rock hard. But come and join me. Be a bit of fun. See you soon, folks. Have a good one. Bye-bye.